busy myself trying to bandage any of the survivors that seem injured.
Okay, and there are injuries, many sustained from just, rubble falling or just trying to get out as fast as possible, slamming themselves into ruins or fallen rock and flame and whatever else has happened. So you tend to the wounds. You guys are helping out with those that are hurt.
I'm helping, and as we do so, I say, I don't know what is going to happen in the following hours. Do not go far from me. If we are out of earshot, you are too far from me. Do not go far from me.
Do you think this is what... Do you think this is what Mother saw before she died?
Do not go far from me.
I won't, I swear.
And now he's up to his shady shit all over
Wants
again.
Percy?
It wanted Percy.
And I said no.
The
Did
hell
you?
you did.
Wait, who wanted who?
Can we wiggle in?
Grog's
Try to-
been
Grog, do you
touched
hold the
by
door?
a dark
Hold the door
thing?
shut? Door's not moving.
Okay, I'm just gonna quick rapid fire. I was hoping to bring everybody in, but say, listen to me. Percy's got this fucking skull. If you don't know everything about it,
Wait, the skull.
it's a skull. It's talking about granting a wish. It's fucking fucked up, just like the fucking smoke demon that was in Percival. I don't understand what's going on yet, but both Grog and Percival are a little fucked up. Grog's more fucked up, but I don't understand everything.
What?
But things are not good.
What?
You see Grog lower his head and then go for a burst run across the length of the workshop towards Vex.
Oh,
you
God.
instinctually go quick draw. What are you doing?
I'm shooting I'm shooting a warning shot past his head.
Okay.
Diving in, taking the.
Are you close enough? I backed into a corner.
I've got 6 spaces of movement in my turn.
Yeah, it's not a
Diving
big
in,
move.
grabbing the head, and curling back around into the
The
corner.
head? The skull?
I'm grabbing the skull and
She's
curling.
50-50 distance between us.
I'm moving first.
Okay.
And I'm happy to spend an action surge if that'll make this
you think
work
you can
better.
just grab it from me?
D&D standoff.
I can make a roll for it.
So, as you dart,
Yeah, I know,
Percy,
yeah,
who's been
yeah.
waiting for this moment, also darts, and
Hand
both
me
of
the
you go
skull.
rushing across the room. Percy manages to get there just a fraction of a second before you do. You hear the blast of his pistol past your ear, and the ringing hits the center of your head, but you still continue pushing forward in the way that Grog does, ignoring all outside interference. However, you've gotten to the skull first. You're going to attempt to wrestle it from her?
Gently pull it out of his run. So I'm gonna.
Are you
pull
gonna try
it.
to pull me out of the way or just the fucking skull, you dick?
She's pretty
No.
grappled to it.
Oh,
if you-
if she's that grappled
Yeah.
to it, then I'm gonna try and push her out of the way of Grog.
Okay, you're going to do.
I want Percy. I'm gonna tackle
Yeah!
him.
You're what?
I'm gonna run straight towards Percy and tackle him.
Tackle him?
Yeah!
Okay, all right. So, let me get some proper rumble music for this.
Stop it, stop it.
There are dragons outside and we're fighting, playing rugby with a fucking skull.
I'm trying to fix the dragon.
Grog, who rushes over and just like shoulder slam Percy out of the way, who's fallen to the ground. This gun almost scatters to the floor of the workshop around you. As you're expecting him to now turn towards you, instead he steps, and his giant frame is now blocking you with the shoulder blades in front. His arms out in a defensive position, facing off with people as they begin to enter the room. What are you gonna do?
I reach up and I touch his back,
Okay.
and I say, "Are you yourself?"
Me?
Yes, you, fuck!
Yeah, yes. Fuck, it's me.
It's him.
I back up into a corner and I say, what is all this about? Why do you even need this? Why do we want to set him free? I don't understand.
We don't. We just don't want him to have Percy.
I was gonna say, will the rest of us see this
At
now,
this point
right?
now, the doors burst open, and the rest of you guys rush in, and you can see Percy, just as he hits the ground, you can see Grog recovering from the shoulder slam, who then steps in front of Vex with this kind of like snarl on his face and begins shouting to her over his shoulder, and you hear them talking across the
He
wall.
doesn't want me. I don't want to use the skull. I want to keep you from using it.
What is going on in here?
Keyleth cracks her staff on the floor and does just a gust cantrip and goes, "Goof," to make a big burst of wind in the room.
Tools go falling off the walls and clattering to the stone floor of the establishment. All of you who have hair have it blown and wrapped around you. You're pushed back about 3 inches just from the burst of it, and all of you immediately Your attention goes to Keyleth, who stands there.
Dusty in there now, or is it just windy?
It's not dusty. It's covered in layers of soot that have now been kicked up, and the air itself is kind of now a temporary fume.
Do we have an order?
Silence!
So she does that. Pike, what are you doing?
Can I insight check Grog?
So you gather that he's coming from a place that a simple mind is looking for a simple solution to a complex problem.
I'm right here, Matt!
Burn! Burn! Flames are...
I'm just saying that's the best way that she can discern your demeanor right now.
I look at Pike. I turn around. I look at Vex. You'll thank me, and I'd like to try and pull the skull out of her hands.
Okay. As lightning fast, his muscular arms rush out in front, grasp the skull, and like tearing a toy from a child's grasp, it is just removed from you with barely any sort of resistance. Your eyes catch Pike, and they're in that brief moment of slow motion as you reach up, you see her face, this look of complete, heartbreaking disappointment. And it, just like that, it shakes you in a way that you didn't expect, and as you go through the motion you'd already anticipated, your brain's already wandered, and in doing so, you slam it half-heartedly, and it just kind of poof, poof, bounces and skids across the ground over by where Keyleth is. Behind him, you see, kind of, hair tossed back as she rushes down after him, Arcanist Allura Vysoren.
Oh! I sheathe my daggers.
I was just in Whitestone, and I had a terrible feeling come over me, and all my teleportation sigils within the city were suddenly severed. Both my tower and the Lyceum. I had to manually teleport us here, as it was the only place I really had enough familiarity with, far enough away from the city in case something bad had happened. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. We're grateful for your help.
Could you do us a favor? We've had a small accident with Percival.
Not yet.
Does she
Not
know
yet.
about the
No.
Yeah.
So, Imon is in ruins. It's been destroyed by dragons.
4 ancient dragons.
They call themselves the Chroma Conclave.
And, your tower is...
fucked.
Yes.
So sorry.
I'll go ahead and drop the hold person on Percy.
And her face goes white. I mean, the blood just runs from her entire complexion.
Did you know that Uriel planned to step down?
He threatened it.
He did it.
For weeks. What?
He did it. And moments later, 4 old dragons descended upon the city.
Cloudtop District has been demolished.
This cannot be.
I don't know we don't know who all is alive or dead. We can only expect the worst.
At this point, you both, she pulls out her crystal ball from her little tiny satchel, which is in itself like a smaller bag of holding. Pulls out a small mirror, takes some water, pours it on the mirror, places the sphere above it, and it kind of floats for a second. And there's a makeshift scrying ritual site here before you. You guys take about 10 minutes to concentrate. If you guys want to do anything in that 10-minute period, you're welcome to, or if you just want to watch and wait, you can.
I'm going to just sit. It's been a long, long day.
The spell completes.
Can I roll a hit dice?
Yeah. Okay, you guys you can begin to take a short rest if you want to heal up.
In that time, I want to kill that dragon. Or I want to die trying.
We will.
So you take Alora's hand and you put your focus into the crystal sphere. Your vision lifts out of the keep with extreme speed. You find your visual surroundings thrust across the Osmit Sea. You find yourself swooping across the shores of Othanzia, over the forests, eventually coming upon the blackened clouds that perpetually hang above the charred mountain range that contains the home of the Fire Ashari and the entrance to the elemental plane of fire. Your vision crests the mountain and steps into the valley of broken, blackened shale, to the ever-burning forest. As you come upon it, you recall where the Fire Ashari village was and where you were greeted before and given your trials, where there is now nothing but sundered, broken wood, tents destroyed, bodies burnt and charred and curled up in horrible, ever-gasping pain. The forest itself is flattened from the inside out, like a blast from the center of it just exploded outward. The trees all bent and snapped at the base. And in the center, where there once was that small pool of molten lava that you created the portal through and stepped into the elemental plane, there is a large, ominous, flickering gash between the planes that is roughly 30 to 40 feet in width and height, that is just pulsing as fire and magma pours out of it. You can see wandering imps and elementals and various entities slowly peeking out and escaping and wandering throughout the mountaintops. From what you can see, there are no signs of any survivors.
Destroyed everything. They've killed everyone.
Alora, at this point, who pulls out of the ritual, reaches out and grabs you by the shoulders.
We failed.
And she looks you in the eyes, and for a moment, you feel like her normally warm and embracing face has gone cold and intense, and her voice seems to echo with an undercurrent of arcane focus and volume. She goes,
People failed. We failed.
Keyleth, you failed no one. This is not your doing. This burden is ours as a people to hold. Do not let this wash over you or he wins. This is their making. This is not yours. These creatures are evil, incarnate, and it is our job, our true calling, to end what they have done. Do not let this crush you. You are stronger than that. Pull yourself together. Your people, those that remain, they stand behind you.
I'm not as strong as you, Alora.
But you can be, and you will be. Do you trust me? Do you trust me?
Yes.
Good. No grasp releases.
People.
And mine. And all of ours. There are many secrets in these lands. I'm a firm believer that there's always a way to victory, if we're smart about it, and we're quick about it. Now, I think we should look for survivors. Gather those we know can rally to our cause. In Emon and beyond. What say you?
Aye.
I.
We either stand now or we might as well be dead.
So we're definitely not going to wish on this skull then. Yeah.
I would recommend against it.
Yeah, I stand.
Very well. Let us prepare the fall of the Chroma Conclave. Together. And that's where we'll end our session for tonight.
Fucking A.
Hey guys, D&D's fun.
D&D will never be fun again. Everything's ruined.
Hey, we're all cows!
Back when things were so much simpler.
Be sure to buy a t-shirt over on Geekums.com.
Wow.
In Sam's honor.
Hell.
Brought to you by Wormwood Gaming. Specifically designed to absorb tears.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
There you go.
So porous.
So yeah,
I'm so sorry.
Can't we play longer?
Can we play longer?
What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. We ended on time.
I'm
actually
so
ended
impressed.
on
The
time.
first time we've ever ended on time.
Wow,
Session
that
got
game
canceled.
felt
I
like
don't even have to
20
wake up.
hours.
Yeah. It was originally supposed to be a 3-hour show, but it never quite
Quite.
that way.
It never started that way.
I know we tried, we try, we mostly fail, but occasionally we get it right. So I mean, I'd say I'm sorry for the emotional roller coaster.
But you're not.
Matt, that was
Not at
fucking
all.
awesome.
That was
That was
amazing.
awesome.
This
Aside
is
from the death.
welcome.
I would have kicked your ass, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, you really? You're gonna put that out there?
I picked up the poker because I didn't want to hurt you.
Okay.
Throwing that out there.
My plan was to
Put that
take
on the
that
back
skull and run like a fucking football player.
Go full on Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Dun-dun,
Oh
dun,
my
dun.
god, I would have been in the heart of a mon, shoving it up the red dragon's nose.
And, welcome to the new story arc.
Oh,
Yay!
Wow.
Oh my god, so much snot.
Yeah.